Hello everyone. Time to get back on some stuff here in the garage. Where we left off at, I was trying out the new titanium welder. It's dialing in a little bit better. I'm starting to get used to it a little more. And but I did find out I was using way more gas than I needed to be. Come to find out the regulator on it was not quite right. So I went ahead and put my old regulator on it. So it's a lot better now. So anyway, got a lot more work done. The trans tunnel, getting it nice up to the firewall area, filling in all the holes that I cut out earlier. It's looking a lot better. But I still gotta go underneath to do all that. But that's as I work my way down. That's what I do. But today, I'm gonna tackle doing the lower control arm. We decided to go tubular, do away with the strut arm on it. And the kit I got a good deal on, but the problem with it was it came with no instructions. So I've been online, I finally found one that was comparable to what I was using. Figured out what I needed to do. And so wish me luck. But I think it'll go okay. So I got to remove the lower control arm on this, which is what I'm getting ready to do now. I'm getting all the old grease and stuff out of the way. And then I believe I'm going to have to, see if I can find it here. There we go. Once I get this bolt out, I'm gonna have to widen this hole out for this. So that'll slide through the back, butt up against the front. And then I gotta weld all that in. And then it came with a little gusset. So that's what I'm gonna get started on today. Ethan's over there working on his Honda project. Instead of an engine, there's Ethan. So a lot of people are asking what he's gonna be doing with this. Is it a surprise? And if a lot of y'all remember, we kind of outlined what was going on. The other car he's got was going to take too much work between the frame and the unibody. Found a lot more rust in it than we thought, so he decided to get another body. This one's basically rust free. It's got one little size of a quarter on one of the fenders, and that's it. Everything else is in good shape. But with Ethan though, he wanted to make sure the engine bay was all nice and clean, free of grease, dirt, grime, and he stumbled upon this color, which I'm really digging now. And what's the color on this?
It's called White Diamond. It's some OEM Honda color. I found it out of them.
There's a duplicate color. So it's got a lot of pearl in it. Now, I know you can't tell on the camera or on the phone, but I'm kind of digging it. So right now he's getting all the tape off the brake lines and everything else because he didn't want to have to mess with having to pull all that out. It was a nightmare in itself. Now, as far as the rest of the car goes, it's not going to get painted that we know of yet. But there is a lot of hail damage on the car. So we're going to be going through and fixing the hail damage down the road here. Get everything smoothed out, and he's going to get it wrapped. So that's one of the reasons why he did the engine bay the color that he wanted. And with the wrap that he's going to put on it, which we're not saying at this time because really we don't know yet. He's got some, but we don't know if this is going to be enough. And just kind of complement the engine bay. He's just getting all the tape off of it. So I'm going to let him be on that. And we're going to get started on this. So I'm going to get some little penetrating oil. Start squirting some stuff down. And let's get it apart and see what we're going to get ourselves into. All right, let's see if we can get the pit out. Definitely a lot of dirt. So I scraped off as much as I could. There we go. And I set these things down a couple weeks ago. So we'll see how it goes. There we go. Still early for me. Ooh, there's a lot of shit in there. So let's get this cleaned up a little bit. I'm gonna see about getting her knocked off. So now I'm going to take all this part, spindle, everything, get it out of the way, and then we'll get this drop, get the spring out of it. So now the fun part's going to be get the spring dropped on it. My little homemade spring compressor. It's worked so far. So let's get this unbolted and get it dropped. All right. Now we got that out of the way. Bump my arm on something. Let's see if we can get the spring out now. There we go. So now we'll get the bolt out, get the lower control arm out, and see what all we're going to have to do. All right, let's see if we can get the bolt out. I got the lower control arm sitting in place, but I am going to have to do some modification for this because that lower control arm is set up for a regular box cross member. And we're using the original Mustang 2 cross member, which has the lip right here. So we've got to make some clearance because this needs to be up against this part. So we're gonna have to cut this lip out here and here. Enough room for travel up and down. And I'm supposed to have 3.5 inches from the back here to there. So I'm a 1/4 inch off. So this lip has to come out. And also, the piece that came with the kit is this piece right here. And I can go either 2 ways with it. Either I can cut the hole out to 1 3/8 here and on the back to where I can bring this in, slide it where I want, or cut off what I need for the back and to put in there. So we'll see which way I go with it. But when you're dealing with aftermarket parts, using it on stock, now I know they make a lower control arm for the Mustang 2 that will fit in the original spot and put a back spacing in the back that you can weld onto it. But I got these super cheap, and so if I have to do some modifications to them, I can. So we'll see how it goes. So I made my marks on where I'm gonna have to cut out at. This is full drop, which it'll never see. And this is way up past, which it will probably never see, but that gives us about a 4 inch or so area that we need to cut out. So let me get this cut out and get it ground down and retest fit. Got the section cut out, so let's get the lower A-arm back in and see where we are at with it. I got the back half cut now. I'm test fitting it. It looks like it's going to fit pretty good. Might just need to take a hair more off of it so I can get the washer in there. It's going to ride in here. So I'm going to do that real quick and then get everything tacked up. Got it tacked in place. Started to weld and I just ran out of gas. So now the only things left to do is make my spacer for in here. So I'll get that cut and have it ready to go. But other than that, that's all I can do with it for today since I'm out of gas now. With that being said, I'm gonna start cleaning my mess up, call it a day. Tomorrow I'll go get my gas and get back on it tomorrow night when I get home from work. Get this side finished up and then start on the other side. Now, as far as shocks and springs for this thing, probably gonna go with QA1. They make a coilover kit that will fit these lower A-arms. They're basically like a factory style setup, so I don't have to worry about too much on that. It should bolt right on in, but you like everything else, might have to modify something. But other than that, guys, you have a good one, a safe one, and we'll see you down the road.